Everything spicy. How you doing, buddy? Psh, great to see you. How's your weekend treating you? I watched your video that the LA Beast had sent you. I think it was a while ago, but I watched that LA Beast video. That is some homage to your channel, bro, to have him make a video like that for you. So that is super cool, man. Lynn Mitzi, welcome. Psh, great to see you. Life for Redo. Psh, Premier Hell. Psh, Sty North. Psh, Awkwardly Kim. Psh, psh, there we go. Yeah, this is kind of an impromptu live stream, just simply because, just because I wanted to stream. What the heck? Have a bit of a mukbang. I decided to pick up some. There's no White Castle in my area, so I had to pick up the frozen version. So I've got my coffee, I got my Pepsi, I got my Slim Jims, I got my 6-pack of cheese sliders with a little dipping sauce, so to speak. Yayos. So it was a cameo. Oh, you paid for it. Oh, wow. He rated my channel a few times. That's cool, though. That's still pretty cool. That's clever. That is super clever. And I would imagine it probably got you quite a bump in terms of how many people come into your channel and how many people you've gotten subscribed to your channel. Barry's Visions, welcome. Eileen Velu, the fan, welcome. Great to see you guys. So how is your afternoon going, guys? We're just going to talk. This is just basically a chill with Gil stream. You know that we're going to rock it out tonight with R5 Adventures. We're going to do our Creature double feature tonight. So I hope to see all of you there. Tales of the Solstice, what's up? Great to see you. How's life treating you, bud? Yeah. Life Radio says everything's spicy. We had some biltong this week that was challenge worthy. Was surprised. Video's up at 9. Not sure if the ship international though. What's biltong? What's biltong? I'm kind of curious to know what that is now. Yayos! Yeah, Lynn Mitzi says it correctly. Yes, yayos! Thumbs up for Gil Skills. Thank you so much for that. Nabal, great to see you. Andy K says, Bobby boy. Great to have you. Hopefully life's treating you well. Angel Munez is in the house. Of course you love everything spicy. What's not to like about everything spicy? He's got a great channel. He's a great guy. Mr. Fulton Mirez, great to see you. Great to have you. Hey, Mr. Gil Skills, I have some awesome news to share today. Well, please share it. You've got the floor. Please share it. That would be awesome. Biltong is like jerky, Gil Skills, but air-dried instead of dehydrated. Interesting. Gemma's Journey Grace, great to see you. Lady Swan, how are you? It's certainly been a minute. Great to see you. Great to have you. Hopefully life's treating you well. Make sure you smash that like button. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Look at this. We suddenly have 17 people in here. This is amazing. To watch me eat. Ow. White Castle. 6 cheese sliders. That's what I'm talking about. And I've got my ketchup dipping sauce. You know, these are so morsely good. It's not even remotely funny. Yeah, I know the feeling, Lady Swan. I feel like I work too much too. I completely feel that. Trust me. Let's see. Let me go ahead and throw out the link here. See if anybody's interested in coming on up and saying hello. Why not? Right? All right. Let's do that. There we go. I threw it out. That should work because I'm on the right channel today. So you guys should see the link. Anybody that wants to come up is more than welcome. Eric Garcia. Great to have you. Hopefully life's treating you well today as well. Yeah, it's from the freezer section. See, we don't have White Castle around here, unfortunately. Maniac Variety can attest to that. We might have one in southern Maine, but we don't have one around here. So I gotta conveniently get it in the freezer over at the local supermarket. Welcome, Angel Munez. Welcome, Jeff. How are you both?
Doing well.
Awesome. It is good to see you both. I hope your weekend's treating you fan-diddly-tastic.
Yes, I'm still celebrating. I'm still in party mode.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting ready for a taco festival soon enough here in Phoenix.
A taco festival?
Yeah, because my brother's going to be bringing me to a taco festival here in a bit. And basically, it's a festival which, of course, is tacos. But I went to one earlier this year, and they allowed everyone to try samples of taco vendors and vote for their favorite. And there was musical performances, by nobody famous, but it was a terrific time. But that was just like a miniature one. But the one today is the main one.
I know I wouldn't want to miss a taco festival. I don't know what you guys. Steinor, welcome.
Well, you know what you say? You are beefy and wrapped up all in one.
Andy K, welcome.
Yeah, Bobby.
How you all doing? I know Angel Muniz is doing great. Looking forward to that taco festival. And Gemma is just kind of recovering from her birthday shenanigans.
Yes.
How's Stein North and Andy K doing?
Doing good, thank you, mate.
Awesome.
Doing good.
Freeman James, welcome. Angel, Jenny Marceth, One Dirty Rotten Imbecile 69. I love saying that. Crazy Ann.
Hey, everybody out
I've got
there.
lots of stuff to show you, brother. I'll have to phone you and show you what I got.
Why don't you show us all here? I'm sure everybody would love to see.
I have lots.
As long as they're not super personal,
No, I have a few things that I can show you.
There's room for one more up here if you want to come up. Crazy Ann, Destination Chronicles. Great to see you. Thumbs up.
Oh, these are one of my favorites that I brought. These are my red shoes that I brought.
Yeah, lick your heels together. There's
That's
no
right.
place like home.
It's right. There's no place like home.
No, Gemma, those
It's to
look
go
like
with
the
my-
kind
it's
of
to go with
shoes
this
that
red
was
top.
from the movie
Go with
The
that.
Wizard of Oz.
Yep.
Oh, look at that. She's got a matching dress.
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
So I got that, and then I got another spotty top. I know I'm obsessed with spots, but I had to get this one. So this is just a little vest top. So I got that one.
Do you guys notice that like Gemma's on top of the fashion game? She's always got like the best stuff.
And then these
yeah.
are my new pajamas. Look at these.
Uh-oh. Look at that. What's the matter, Gil?
It's a good thing you're my sister.
And then I
'Cause
have,
would snap you into a
Nobody
Slim
else
Jim.
would have gotten. Yeah, nobody else would have gotten away
and
with
then I
that.
have Mickey Mouse
No.
slippers.
Hello.
Very nice. Very nice. Those are slippers?
Yeah, these are slippers. Yeah.
Welcome, Crazy Ann.
Hey, Crazy Ann.
Hello,
Hello.
Annie.
Who did we lose? We lost
This is
Angel.
my
Where did we
favourite that I bought. This is my Misfits Nightmare Before Elm Street t-shirt. It says Misfits equals love at the bottom.
go? Nightmare Before Elm Street. Sweet.
I'm
So-
eating too, you know. Yeah.
And then I have another pair of slippers, which are Harry Potter ones.
Oh.
So I have another pair of slippers. And then I have...
Hey, Sam.
Faith in the Fallen. It's great to see you.
Yeah.
We got room up
And then-
here if you want to come on up, say
I
hello.
have this little Bell notepad that I brought, which comes with a free pen. Yay.
A free pen. I'm a very big fan of free.
And then this is the Mean Girls film. This is a Mean Girls jumper, and it says Burn Book. So I thought I'd get it, and it's pink.
Punk
I like
book?
pink.
Is that what it is? That says with a kiss on it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Very
I bought
nice.
this new top. When I do talks and stuff, I thought I'd wear a bit more yellow, as people seem to like it the other day.
There's another highly fashionable dress, or is that a
There's
shirt?
some
That's a
very
shirt.
happy
Yeah,
stores
that's a
out
shirt.
there.
Yeah, I mean,
And
I'm
then-
beginning to wonder if I need to, start shopping online at the UK outlets.
And
Damn, I
then
can't believe you
these
couldn't
are
get
my
that,
favourite
Amy.
shoes. I bought these adorable Mickey Mouse.
My wife
running
would love you.
shoes.
She loves everything Mickey Mouse, everything Disney.
Yes, and then I brought this Harry Potter Gryffindor bag.
Awesome! Wow, you got a whole bunch of stuff, didn't you?
Yep, and then my final thing is this leopard print bag
Mm.
that I brought.
That was good skill. Yeah.
You had me at everything except the Coca-Cola shenanigans that you pulled.
I spent 165 pounds.
Oh my gosh! I just looked down and there's a boatload of people in here. All right, guys, I got it. This is a first. This is the baby daddy, the man of all man, the myths of all myths, the legends of all legends.
What's going on, people?
What's going on, my brother from another mother?
Hey, my friend.
Hey, Gil, did you read my name?
Gil's my baby daddy. Yeah. He's been hounding me for child support for weeks now.
I want my damn child support, baby.
I became a member. Does that count?
What?
I said I became a member. Does that count?
You did become a member. Hey, dude, $3 is not going to feed my fat ass.
All right, we need to go beyond the dollar menu then. Okay, I get it. We've reached the next level, so we'll start shopping over at what? Tim Hortons? I'm just kidding around, man. Good to see you.
I know you are. It's good to see you too, my man. It's good to see you too. What's going on, everybody? And Chad, how you doing? Let's see. I got Tina talking to me, Eric Garcia talking to me, Dirty talking to me. Oh my goodness.
It's I have to say, it's honestly a very pleasant surprise to have you on, my friend.
I seen the link in chat. I was on the phone with Chili Man. I was like, dude, I gotta get off the chat. I gotta jump in.
Hey, Jimenez, Mr. Fulton Mirez, I see you both in the basement there. No worries. I mean, if somebody decides they want to step down, they don't have to. I'm not saying they have to, but we'll invite you. No, you don't have to step down at all. Having you up here is quite a treat right now for me.
I can step down in a bit.
No, for the love of hey, look, guys,
everybody's getting ready.
I was just trying to make the peeps in the basement feel a little better. You know how that is.
Oh,
hey, Andy!
Oh my gosh! Oh, somebody just took the plunge.
Andy K just left.
Hey. Oh.
Hey, English, stupid. Yeah.
Joe. All right. Well, up comes Samantha from.
Yes!
Hey.
How's Samantha doing today?
Good. I'm gonna take my my boys to the fun center a little bit later on, and we're gonna play some laser tag.
Right on.
Oh, fun.
Okay, I go down.
There's the woman with the voice of an angel.
Who else did we lose?
Crazy Ann just left.
Crazy Ann. Oh, I don't know. She might have had issues. Is she muted?
And she's got her mouth full.
Good to see you, boys.
Oh, she's mukbanging it up. Oh, well, all right, fine. You stay in the basement for a little bit. That's fine. I'm eating. You can eat. This is a mukbang.
Hey, Gil, I feel like I'm playing musical chairs, bro.
I don't know. It's not normally this musical.
Hey, Blood, I'm glad to see that you put some clothes on over there at Tyler's when you said, yeah, I'm watching naked.
You should have cleaned him in the basement.
I'm never coming back.
He was flashing me in the basement. It's funny as I'll get him.
Sam, are you on your computer or are you on your phone?
I'm on my computer.
That's working now. Okay.
Yeah.
Yay.
Oh, Crazy Ann's. What do you got, Crazy Ann?
I must say, Samantha did an awesome birthday stream for me the other day. She did a wonderful stream for me, and it made me very emotionally happy.
Yep, it turned midnight, and we partied hard.
Yes, we did.
Party hardy.
Yes, we did party hard. It was
Samantha
awesome.
knows how to throw a great party. You notice that?
Yes, she does.
And Blood X. Oh my God, does that guy know how to party? Oh,
Blood X is always partying. His streams are always parties.
There are times when I watch him that I think he's going to blow a blood vessel. I mean, he's so passionate about what he's talking about. How do you do that, man? It must be exercise for you to go on to some live streams.
To be honest, hold on just a second. Gil, I'm sending your link to a couple of buddies to bring them in here.
Maniac Variety, it's great to see you, bud. R5 Adventures is also in his house. Great to see you. All right, while we're waiting for Crazy Ann to finish her. Are you ready to come back up, Crazy Ann? Just nod. She just tipped her hat at me. I'm not sure if that's a nod or not. Are you naughty? Are you ready to come back up?
Uncle Sky knows in on the
I'll
panel.
do it on your other damn
Uncle
channel.
Sky.
She just stared at me, so she's probably just eating or something. So I'm going to bring up Mr. Fulton Mares for a little bit because he hasn't been up here yet. How you doing, bud? Doing well, brother.
Oh,
That's one of my pictures.
There you go. That's good. Maybe not.
oh,
So, Jim and
All right, I'm going to mute you. I'm going to put you down until you figure out what's going on with that. Okay, bud?
yeah, he had
Sorry
it
about
last
that.
time.
All right. Anybody got any big plans this weekend?
All right, I can answer your question now, Gil. What was it?
Awesome.
You watched them all?
Gil, what was your question, bro? I didn't hear you.
My question is that you're so passionate. You get so embraced in the chat and in the people within the chat that sometimes I feel like you're gonna bust an ember. You're gonna bust a blood vessel in your head. Like, how do you do it? It must be like an exercise session for you.
To be honest, I'm gonna clear. You got a big channel, Gil Skills. You got a big channel in your chat before I answer your question. You got Paul Peck. You got Paul Peck. Paul Peck, a 66,000 channel, brother.
Holy moly, guacamole. We've also got Scrap and Pallet Man in the chat right now. Welcome. That has almost 80,000 subscribers in the chat.
Yeah.
Booyah. Booyakasha.
Big names.
I need to get Scallop. But I'm very passionate about what I do. It's not
Crystal.
it's not something
Let's let Blood X finish his statement.
it's not something that it's not an exercise. It's something that I just feel truly passionate about what I do. And I love out there to help people with their channels, and I love the interaction. That's basically it. I love the interaction with others, and you getting others out there, you getting others involved in what you're doing, and it's like a party when you come to my stream. It really is. I mean, Gil, you've been in there. You was there yesterday.
Frig, yeah, it was a blast, and I didn't mean to make it sound like it was. Like, it's not like exercise in terms of like an obligation. I mean, like at the end of your stream, when you're done with your stream, you must be like,
dude,
I feel like I must. I feel the equivalent of. I feel like I walked 5 miles.
Dude, I tell you what. I had to do 2 of them yesterday. I had to cover for a 4-mile fanatic, and I did one. I did my regular one at 12 o'clock. Then I had to come back on and do another one at 1:30.
Wow.
1:30 to 2 or something like that. But I was online for like 45 minutes. Dude, I tell you what, every time I get off my live stream, this is what I'll do. I'll be honest with you. This is exactly what I do. Let me get back here. This is exactly what I do.
I'm going to guess before you. Okay. All right. That was my guess. Take a nap.
Dude,
for
I literally wear myself out. I wear myself out because I am so exhausted, so spent. I pour every ounce of energy, sweat, blood, and tears into my channel.
There's not too many people on YouTube that is as passionate as you in a live stream. I'm going to admit that right now. Before I continue, though, I do want to welcome R5 Adventure. She's got her Halloweeny gear on already.
We have a Halloween party we're going to, and the kids are all zombified. This is as far as I went.
Hey, Scrap Pallet Man, this is Blood X. I supported your channel, and you will get a video. You will get a comment on your channel by me, Scrap and Pallet Man, brother. You will get a comment because I do it the right way, Scrap. And if you come to my channel, bro, you're gonna love it, bro. I swear to God, it's like a party.
It's true, man. It really is true. And vice versa, though, Blood. If you ever get the chance to go over to Scrap and Pallet Man's channel,
hi, Gil.
He's into the scrapping. Hey, how are you, Autumn? I could barely recognize you with all that shoot upness.
I had
But
to
he-
hop on fast. I'll probably leave this on when we do our stream tonight just because I don't feel like taking it all off right away.
Did you notice how I titled the stream there, R5?
Yeah.
The calm before the Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid.
Be prepared.
Crystal, the kids are curious what's going on up here.
Mine is like a bullet wound. They're zombies.
Oh, that is cool. Look at the nail through the thumb. As long as it's not real, that's cool.
Good prank.
Or I had to throw out that disclaimer.
I was gonna say I've seen thumbs like that in real life.
I'm like, wait a minute, maybe that looks a little too real. Oh.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna hop off. We're going to the farm party. I just had to hop on fast.
I'm glad you did, R5. I'll see you at 7. We'll figure out who's going to start first tonight, okay?
Yeah, message me. We'll figure it out. Oh yeah, Haley's if I can position how her face looks, it looks like a real deep gash.
Wow.
Whoa.
You guys are really good at that.
Wow. This is the first go at it. I actually made homemade do-it-yourself homemade plaster for it. Like the liquid latex.
Did you make a video about it?
Yes, I did.
Good lady.
I didn't video all of us getting the makeup done, but I videoed Autumn's makeup. So
Excellent.
we got some Halloween-themed videos coming out, which I hope will do really well.
Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, thank you again to R5 for coming on up. I want to say hello to a few new people that have popped on in. Later, Gator. Enlightened Cafe's up in his house. Great to see you. Teresa Cordero, welcome. Chili Man. Recycle Dude. I got to give 2 thumbs up and a high five. Recycle Dude's awesome. He's pretty much legendary in these here parts. A Space for 3. Great to have you. Hunting and Stuff with J&J decided to stop by and say hello. Welcome. Grace by God. Hello. Did I miss anybody?
I told you I'm tired of you giving me headaches every time I come to this damn chat.
You know, it's because of you, baby daddy, that I put up the thumbs up. And I'm not telling anybody where the thumbs go, but that's why I put the thumbs up first. They get the warning, and then the high five comes. And some people they need slow-mo high fives because they need to see it coming so that they can put their hand out.
Don't you dare threaten me with a good time.
All right, noted for next time. I want to threaten you. All right, let's see. We still got Crazy Ann in the basement. Crazy Ann, are you done eating? And you're still muted. Just saying.
All right, I'm going to jump on Downhill Skills. I just wanted to come up and say hello, hi, and howdy. And
you know what? You made my day, bud. Seriously, you did. And you're welcome here anytime.
Crap, my computer's almost dying. Hold on.
I'm going to follow Blood and jump down also because my kids are just loud.
Oh, man. Is it because I'm not sharing my sliders?
I know, right?
Oh, there's one there. I'll take one.
Those look good.
Oh, I love sliders from every once in a while. I got to get fixed from White Castle, but there's no White Castle around here.
You know, when I was in high school, I made a fortune because about 20 minutes away from the school, there was a White Castle, and I'd take orders from all the kids at school just before lunch. I'd jump in my car and I'd run to White Castle and bring them back, and they were double the price delivered.
Yeah.
Oh man, did I?
Aren't they worth it though in the end?
Oh, did I make some money?
I've never been to a White Castle before, nor have I even purchased the White Castle sliders in the frozen section at my local grocery store. I've never had that.
I'll dissect mine right now for you. Let's see. It's pretty interesting how they make these. For those of you that may not know,
yeah,
the patty is ultra thin, but they cut it. It looks almost like dice, like the 5 dice. They cut holes in it. And what they do is they cook the meat with basically onions.
Yep.
With caramelized onions, and basically all that flavor seeps into the meat, and that's why they cut holes in it.
Oh.
And don't let them sit too long, otherwise the meat and the bun become one.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they do the same thing in your stomach, but you don't see that.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
don't look at it. Just eat it.
well,
They
you
taste
know,
the
well, you know
same.
what, Si? If me and you hang out with each other long enough, me and you will become one as well. But
Oh my lord! Is that a proposition?
Hey, maniac.
Hey,
No,
maniac.
that ain't happening.
Hi,
I
Gemma.
know, but it's just a proposal it's just a proposal for a lifetime friendship here on YouTube with you, Sty.
That'll gladly take, my friend. That'll gladly take. Maniac Variety, welcome, my friend.
Howdy.
How's life treating you today?
Hey,
Good.
Maniac.
I just got home and gonna be heading off to do some stuff with the wife here in a little bit. But
Did you have any cravings for White Castle just as I did?
I've never had a White Castle. So
Feeling guilty. I just ordered a pizza.
we're supposed to be having pizza. So
Well, this is what I'm having for dessert. Monster Slim Jim.
Oh.
I had a Slim Jim. I stopped at the store and bought
wow.
my dogs a Slim Jim.
Good stuff. Hot
I
sauce
was
Chuck
try-
Tim's in the house.
Oh yeah.
So see you.
We don't get them over here, Slim Jims. I want to try one at some point.
Hi,
So
Samantha. Again, Samantha was up on the coffee chat with me this morning also.
Nice. Samantha's been making her rounds lately, and I'm glad she's doing that.
She
You know,
has.
she's getting her name out more, and people are starting to see her face more. And
Yeah.
I think her channel's going to grow more because of it.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Me too, because she deserves it. Both her and her
Oh,
husband.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't think Samantha has had done very much as she is now. I mean, I'm happy that she is because earlier this year I've only seen her on a few selective streams, but every so often that would be. But I've never really seen her be on very many panelists as she is now, and I'm glad she is.
Well, I mean, you know, like anybody else in the very beginning, when I first started YouTube, I was real anxious. I'm like, do I really want to put myself out there like that? You know, a lot of people feel the same way. So it takes time for people to come out of their shell in that regard. And I can't blame her for that. And I'm glad she finally is. I'm glad she feels more comfortable on the platform.
I was like, I can't make any bigger idiot of myself than I do in real life, so why not?
Well, people love you for that, though, so it worked out, didn't it?
One's up on the chair.
Wait, well, I need the sound effects. Hold on, I got to pull those up.
But I'm sitting here scrapping while I'm talking to you.
Well, that's good because this is one big mukbang anyway.
What are we having for dinner? We're having some sort of roast, but it looks like an overgrown steak to me. So,
Well, I don't know if you all can't probably see it because it's cut off, but true to my word, I went to the store and guess what I picked up?
More Twinkies.
Yeah, I have Twinkies now.
I didn't want to be publicly shamed, so I picked up some Twinkies, and I also picked up some cinnamon rolls to share with y'all.
you can keep this. Actually, you can keep your Twinkies.
Now that the UK gets Twinkies, I buy my regular box load every time I go to the shop.
I'm not really a big sweets eater, but when I do eat sweets, I eat in bulk, and it's got to be really sweet. Other than that, I don't really eat sweets a whole lot. So,
Are you? What's your favorite type of chocolate? What's your favorite type of cake, Maniac?
vanilla or chocolate cake, either one. But I don't like frosting. I like the Cool Whip type frosting.
Yep.
I like that type of frosting. I have hypermetabolism. So if I eat anything sweet, I literally sweat like a son of a bitch.
Oh.
Because my body starts heating up to burn the sugars off.
Well, I would hold on to that for dear life. You know, people, yours and my age would kill to have that.
Yeah, but there also comes the side effect of not being able to keep weight on.
I'm still not seeing the issue, but.
Yeah, exactly. Some people don't see the issue, but not being able to keep weight on is actually just as bad as not being able to keep it off. Because if I weigh less than 180 pounds, I feel like crap all the time.
Yeah.
So,
my apologies, guys.
So I try to stay up around 190, 195, just under 200. Right now I'm at 185. I know it don't look it, but I'm fairly tall. So
I'm right around 245 myself. And my favorite cake is chocolate cake with chocolate frosting.
Yum.
Oh yes, my favorite cake would be what we call a punch bowl cake.
Punch bowl?
Yes. You take and you put in a layer of chocolate, brownies. You crumble them all up and do a layer of that, and then you do a layer of preferably mint chocolate pudding, and then a layer of whipped cream, and then a layer of crumbled up. And then
so it's a dessert version of a Whopper, then, huh?
Sort of. It's something my mother makes around Thanksgiving and Christmas time. Yeah, I can eat a whole one by myself.
Welcome,
guys. Hello.
Hey, Crazy Ann.
Hello.
Hey, Chili.
How you doing today, bud?
Pretty good. We're over here by Cleveland, Ohio. So
nice.
Headed back west.
Are you oh shoot! I was gonna say, you delivering me my Pepsi.
No. Today I got the meats.
Ah.
Yeah, I got to drop this over at Cargill Meats in Milwaukee. So from one Cargill plant to another.
Nice. Well, I'm glad you decided to stop by on this impromptu.
I was looking. It's kind of funny. I didn't realize he had 2 channels, to be honest. So I go like, oh, I know Gil Skills. Yeah. So I look you up, and I'm like, well, he's not live. What do you mean he's live? He's live, man. So he gives me the link, and it's Gil Skills live. I'm like, oh, he's got 2 channels. Shit.
I hope you hooked yourself up, with clicking the subscribe button and the bell and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, I was subscribed to Gil Skills Live. I didn't have the bell turned gray. So now I do. We're good.
Excuse me. Wow.
So I got my green screen back up, yo.
Nice.
Right now I got it folded so that I can throw all the strap in the individual buckets I got here. But
and you know what, Maniac?
I can't roll it like I wanted to because I put it together on a piece of 3-inch PVC pipe with just a little bit of a 2x4 stuck in so I could roll it.
Yep.
And I screwed it on, so now the screws won't let me roll it up. So that's why it's just folded up for now.
I kind of thought about, I don't know if there's something you can buy where you can roll up the green screen or not. I'm sure there probably is.
Yeah, I just made mine on.
Then I leg out, as usual.
Like I said, perforated PVC pipe and some 2x4s.
A leg out? What are you talking about?
Oh,
no, I'm lagging.
You're lagging.
Lagging.
You got to get yourself hooked up with one of them 5G phones, man.
5G, eh? Well, that'll be the next phone.
We're set up for 5G around here, but we don't have it.
Yeah, we don't really have it much in our area yet.
Oh, yeah, it's like Premier Hill. He went by his 5G phone. It's like, yeah, unfortunately, we don't have 5G around here yet.
Yeah. So by the time it's around his area, he's going to be ready to cash up on another phone.
Right.
That's usually how it works.
Yeah. I'll wait till they start putting 5G networks in. Then maybe I'll get to the 10.
Well, with the 5G networks, I hear that plans are going to start rolling out where they're not going to throttle you anymore for high-speed internet. Has anybody else heard that?
What's happening with me right now? They're throttling me.
I don't pay any attention to any of that stuff, so.
Because 5G,
Of the month, so it should be good.
And you know what, Maniac? I was going to say this, but I wanted to let you finish saying what you had to say about your green screen. I was going to say I wouldn't mind if you delivered your personality to me, because you seem like a very great person, and your personality is something that I wish I had.
Well, thank you, Angel. Appreciate it.
Right, Angel. You're right.
Maniac, you could send him maybe 2% of your personality, and we'd all appreciate it.
You can all use your imaginations on that statement. It could go many ways.
Oh, leave it to Guild. Expand.
Leave it to Gil.
Angel's got his own special personality.
But you know what, Gil? Maybe you and I can swim the veins through the sea.
You know that, Angel. I love your personality.
I do like your personality, Angel. I wouldn't want you to change for anything, to be truthful.
I know, but for me, it's just that sometimes we all need that little spirit of upness during the stream, and I'm here to deliver it when you guys need it. I love having fun. I love having laughs. And Sty, even though you're not a redneck, you are a Duck Dynasty brother to me.
There you go.
See, I love opening up things that I don't know what it is.
Nice.
I don't know.
Nice. And Paul Peck drywall tube still up in his house. I really appreciate you sticking around, bud. This is kind of I know this is probably your first time being here or your first time interacting with the chat at least. Gill Skills Live, usually, we get a topic or a discussion. This is an impromptu live stream where I'm just kind of hanging and chilling, and I wanted to have some lunch, and I'm like, darn it, I want a live stream. So that's what we're doing, just kind of chilling and hanging out.
Yeah, we get to hang with some fantastic people. We all get to see Gil.
Impromptu live streams are the best, I think.
I agree. I agree with you.
Get to see my big brother makes my day. Get to see my big brother cheered me up.
I'm bored. I want to get on and talk to some people, and there is no agenda, So you end up talking about just about anything and everything.
Dusty Blonde, welcome. Kel Williamson, Sarah Furma, the history buff. Oh my gosh, he must be.
Pretty much talk about anything and laugh about anything, including your beard there, Sty.
What is that, brother?
Do you know what this is, Maniac Variety?
I do.
Yeah?
What is that?
Geez, I can't make this work. I told you guys that I live on the most delicious street in the universe. So now that Dusty's here, I can unbox it. Maybe Snobby's in the background watching too.
I thought I saw him in here a little while ago.
Oh, if I missed him, I'm so sorry. I'm glad you're here. Allie Mac Mechanical. I don't know if desktop mode works on iPad, Jelly Duck, to be honest with you. I mean, I would imagine it would work if you're using your browser.
I've had one iPad and I shot it.
Oh, he's in chat. Awesome. Snobby, I'm sorry I missed you, bud. I'm sorry I missed Dirty D's as well. Great to have you. So now that you're both here and I got it, it's time for the unboxing. I need you guys to cover me while I find the appropriate toolage.
But you don't have to even start to be unboxed. That's a bit longer.
Shield me with that bodacious beer of yours. Protect me.
Man, this thing is well packaged. Well packaged.
Yes, he packages them up good.
You can hide behind my beard if you need to, Angel.
Not mine. I started trimming mine, and my wife likes the way it's trimmed down now. And this morning she told me it's too bushy. I need to get it back down.
Man, I'm telling you guys packaged this thing very well. Did you get yours like this too, Maniac?
Absolutely.
I want to thank you guys again, Dusty Blonde and Snobby Scrap Picker, for doing this for me. I really sincerely appreciate it. Yeah, I'm gonna feature me for just a second.
Yep.
Recycle Dude, good to see you. And
hey, Recycle Dude.
Just kick myself out of the stream. I don't want to do that. Oh boy. There, I did it again. That's what I wanted to do. Okay. Oh, it's so funny, isn't it?
Don't push that button.
Thanks, Angel. Yeah, I did it twice. No, I you do it just once. All right, let's check this puppy out. Maybe if I can ever get it unwrapped. Oh, there we go. We're almost done. Sweet. Let's make sure
You'll
this
be pleased to know, brother, I'm joining you with the Pepsi shortly, so I'm still preferring Pepsi over Coke, by the way, just to let you know.
I love you. I love you either way. Your own judge as far as what you want to drink. I'm just kidding around.
I know. I'm still preferring Pepsi over Coke though. I still buy Pepsi over Coke any day.
I will love you just as much either way.
I know.
Mellow Yellow. Do you have Mellow Yellow over there in the UK?
Pardon, Maniac?
You have Mellow Yellow over there in the UK?
Mellow Yellow is the Coca-Cola version of Mountain Dew.
Yes, we have Mountain Dew over here. Yeah, we have Mountain Dew over here. We just started getting it a couple of years ago.
Mellow Yellow is kind of like Mountain Dew, but it's a lot less sweet, I think, than Mountain Dew.
I don't really like Mountain Dew. It has a weird taste to it. I don't really drink it much.
It makes men sterile, so that's why it tastes weird.
Since you're a huge Pepsi drinker, what's your favorite Pepsi product out of the lineup? Because my favorite is Cherry Pepsi whenever I do drink Pepsi.
I think the hard choice. I'd have to probably say it's either going to be Pepsi Vanilla or Pepsi Strawberry. We have over here.
All right. It looks like there's a protective coating over it. I'm not sure. I think there's protective coating over it. Should I take that off right now?
If you want to see
it's up to you.
Yeah, I kind of want to see it, so I'm gonna try.
Go ahead and take it off if you want to see what's inside.
Well, yeah, I do. I want to totally see what's inside. I can see it, but it's all fuzzy and blurry. All right, give me a second.
There we
guys.
go. Pay attention, folks.
I just want to be careful.
Pay attention. Gil's taking it off.
This is amazing. This is just. This is just. Check this out, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
They were able to actually get the whole thing on here.
Yep.
Wow.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Thumbnail. Here, hold on. Let me hear. Thumbnail. That's absolutely incredible. Thank you so much, Dusty Blonde and Snobby Scrap Picker. I really appreciate you going out of your way to do this. I can't wait to put this up. This looks like, this looks like one half of like a train crossing sign.
Oh yeah.
Like a crossing type of thing. This is super cool, man. Super cool. I'm gonna put it right here.
Hold on a second, brother.
What?
Get it back off again. I'm gonna send you a picture. You holding it? Hold on. Yep.
Got it?
Yep, got it.
Okay.
I'm gonna send it to you in Hangouts.
The only thing you can't do though.
What?
Is you can't do make it look like a main license plate.
What? That's okay. No, I can't. Unfortunately, I can't. Do that.
Hey,
Snobby, thank you so much, man.
Snobby.
You have no idea how much this means.
Hey, Snobby.
No, I can't. Unfortunately, I can't. Hey, we got some echoing going on there, bud.
Most likely Snobby.
We got some serious feedback going on, bud.
Yes, right. Do you want a white one or an orange colored one?
Who are you talking to?
The wife, because I'm going to get one for the wife from them too. Come here. Gil will show you the one he just got.
Oh gosh, yes, I'm happy to.
That's the yellow one.
I'm going to promote the ever living crap out of this.
See, that's a yellow one that goes on the back end of a European car. This was the white one that goes on the front end of a European car. So do you want a yellow one or a white one?
I am so stoked. This is amazing.
You will not get this line around yours. I am the only person that has the outline border on mine.
This is just incredible.
So okay, then I will get one.
There we go.
I will order.
And just to let these guys out there know, everyone in the chat, this is where they all start from.
Wow.
Letters.
Yeah.
Oh, he just gave us a preview on who else he's doing. He's working with there. You see that? You making one for Nikki Pig?
No. No. But that's just what I've got for next week.
Shh, don't tell her, guys. I'm just kidding.
And there's the that's what they look like before I do the magic on them.
Oh, sweet.
So you do all that yourself?
I love the smell of this 3M product. You know the 3M?
Yeah.
It smells absolutely delicious.
Delicious. That's not a term I've heard for adhesive before. I wish I could wear this as a hat for the rest of the stream. Oh man. Thanks again, Snobby. Dusty. You're amazing people.
Well, we said we'd do it, didn't we?
Snobby, I like you, man.
It's time for dessert.
Yeah, I had it. Me and my dogs had a Slim Jim today.
Give one to girl or just the buddy?
Give one to girl when we get home.
This one doesn't want to open.
Yeah, I love the smell. It reminds me of a smell that I used to smell as a child, and it was on the back of the grip tape that used to go on skateboards when I was a child. Yeah, this special black grippy tape, like sandpaper that used to stick on the skateboards for the grip.
I remember that.
Just like that.
Were you like me when you were a kid? You like to sniff paint?
No, I've been known to eat some paste.
They call that huffing now.
Well, when I was a kid, I didn't sniff paint, but I did eat raw pork, like raw sausage and raw bacon.
Wow.
No, I have to have it cooked. Totally. Man, that is incredible.
You eating that Slim Jim, Gil? Oh, that just put me in a tight spot. I order them by the case from Dollar Tree.
Oh, this is a monster Slim Jim too.
You get 48 sticks in a case.
To me, the Monster Slim Jims don't taste as good as the littler Slim Jims. I don't know why, but they don't.
As the smaller ones?
Yeah, the smaller ones I think have.
Yeah, the bigger ones have a different flavor. Yeah.
It's not much different.
No. I think the bigger ones are a little more, they're softer and oilier.
Yeah, could be. Yeah.
They definitely are oily.
Yeah. Oh, I get the small ones too. They go with me out in the woods all the time. I'm eating them things all the time. Bear bait.
Bear bait. You getting ready for hunting there, Sty?
I'm not hunting this year.
No?
I am.
Oh, I'm bumming about it too.
And by the way, Gemma, you're as cute as this pony doll is.
Actually, I'm going hunting this year.
Thank you. I've never been referred to as a teddy bear. Okay, sure, I guess.
So therefore, there will be a sighting my rifle in video coming up soon.
Oh,
because I haven't been hunting and I didn't go hunting the previous 2 years before this, so I really need to sight my rifle.
Sterling Silver, welcome, my friend.
Hey Sterling, if you want my spot, it depends on how much longer you're going to be alive, Go, because I need to get off because my brother is coming soon enough to bring me to the taco festival. And if you're going to be on for a little bit longer, so I can have my spot if he wants to come on. But hope you all have a great day. Love you, Maniac. Love you, Gil. Love you, Sty, my bearded Duck Dynasty brother. And you too, Gemma. Happy belated birthday. Y'all have a great day. Mwah.
We love you too, man. You take care of yourself, and I'm a little jealous of the whole taco thing.
Gemma, keep being cuddly and cute to everyone.
I agree with that.
What out?
As the hyena leaves the room.
He knows how to make an entrance, and he sure as heck knows how to make an exit.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, anyone in the chat that said hello and that.
Good to see you, Snobby. How you doing?
Thanks, Gemma.
It is good to see you, bud.
I also look forward to seeing Snobby. He makes me laugh every time I see him in the stream. He's very funny.
I don't know about that.
So there's a Gold Corner VGA chip.
Oh, hold on a second. That's my dinner.
Gold braised crystal oscillator and some IC chips on that. And of course, all the gold pins that are inside there.
I'm a little jealous.
Hey,
only a little though.
I made a trip to the dump today. I got this thing, whatever it is. It's something to do with a telephone, a DVD player which I tore apart, and an old HP laptop.
Nice.
There you go.
So
sweet. I have a PlayStation 3 that I've got to take apart.
Oh yes, I have that too. What do I do with it? I have an Xbox One.
PS3, huh?
Yeah.
I have an Xbox One that I haven't tore apart yet because somebody told me to get something to see if it powers up because I could get more for it if it powers up.
Yeah, I mean, I tried fixing this one. It won't even come on at all. I think it's like the main board in it.
My problem is I really like tearing stuff apart.
So do I.
Just like this. Now, if this thing worked, it was probably worth a couple $100 to somebody. But I wanted to tear it apart to see the 13 cents worth of copper that's in it and 25 cents worth of gold.
Yeah.
Welcome, Stephen Dennis. And Jelly Duck says, I actually have a Game Boy, PS3, and 4. Working or like ready to scrap, Jelly Duck?
Oh, don't touch mine if you think you're going to scrap them. No.
No, I love my video game systems that work too, so trust me.
Yeah.
Tom Jasper Jr.
How often do you play video games, though, Gil?
Me?
Yeah.
Maybe probably once or twice a month. Not really that often, to be honest.
I go through spurts where I'll get on my PS4 and I will get me a new game and I will play it until I beat it. You know, sometimes it's a couple weeks straight. I won't do anything but that.
I do the same thing.
I'll it again for 6 months or so.
The problem is unless it's a really super long game, I usually will binge play it until it's beat, which means I won't get any sleep.
That's my problem.
The games that I like to play, though, are open gaming, like Final Fantasy and stuff like that. So you cannot play them quick. You can play them quick, but you don't really get the whole.
Right.
You gotta.
Yeah. You know, you don't get to explore and stuff.
I like to play turn-based games like Civilization, for example, on the PC. I've yet to get Civilization 6. I hear it's really cool.
I wouldn't even know how to play some of these modern games today. I'm sort of like more of the Pac-Man and Space Invaders guy.
I still love those games too, man.
I can't even remember the last time I actually played a game. Donkeys years ago.
Probably you had to plunk a quarter in a machine to play when you went back in that day. Even at home, you had to put the freaking quarter in. Go figure. No, just kidding.
You know what? I can't even remember the last console game thing we had in the house.
Xbox One.
An Xbox One, maybe an old Nintendo, and a Wii thing.
You did it right.
Never played it.
You never played any of them?
An Xbox One or an original Xbox? Because an Xbox One is their newest one.
Yeah, I know they make it confusing with the
Yeah,
names.
the original first Xbox. Which
Yeah,
wasn't
because
mine
it was
anyway.
the Xbox 360, and now the Xbox One.
This is the Xbox One.
Yeah.
Oh, I think this is a white one.
And I'm going to make a video of me tearing this apart so we can see what's gold in it, because I don't think anybody's scrapped one on video yet.
Not really. That only bore
People
me.
are going to be screaming at you from their televisions and their monitors.
Right.
Why?
Right. Refurbish.
Refurbish. Exactly.
Well,
The gamer's nightmare.
Like, you can probably get $50 or $60 for that, even if it's not working on eBay. And I'm like, yeah, I'd rather see
My youngest son did just a rough calculation assessment of what he's got, and he's got every gaming system from the first Atari right up to, and now he can't wait for the PS5 to come out.
Neither can I.
And he's got an outrageously expensive gaming computer for all the PC games, but he did a rough estimate of the value of everything he's got, and it's over $25,000.
Wow!
And if I had him watch you guys gutting an Xbox or a PS3,
Sacrilege.
He'd bust my TV.
Have you ever seen Ralph Morrick's video game collection? Collection? He has quite the video console collection himself.
Yeah. My boy, his console wall is outrageous, and I tell you, it's a cabling nightmare behind his cabinet and his television. It's a cabling nightmare because he's got everything hooked up to this one switch box, and everything's been stepped up to HDMI, and he's got one controller. He'll have 3-4 games going on 3-4 systems at a time, and I told him, I said, as involved as he got, why the heck doesn't he do that for a living? Be a beta tester or something for one of the companies.
There are people that straight up make a living on doing that. You're absolutely right.
No, he's a maintenance man for a community college. I told him, I said, if you're not at work, you're on one of those systems. Yeah.
Tom Jasper Jr. If you're Googling at the yellow sign that you see right there, that's thanks to this dude that's right below me, Snobby Scrap Picker, and his wife, Dusty Blonde. They made that sign and they shipped it out, and they've done it for a great many people too. Maniac has one. Now I have one, and there are many others that have them now as well.
I did not get the privilege of being the first one to receive mine. I just had the privilege of being the first one to have one made.
I'm just honored to have one.
You said mine was the only one made on the actual plate machine, correct?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah,
that's why mine had an outline on it.
That's how it all started.
Yeah.
So is Maniacs actually a metal one?
No.
Exactly the same as yours, only it's got the white background, the white reflective background. And that one was done by my son where he works on the machine. But obviously he couldn't do it because he'd get into trouble if he just kept doing it for me all the time. So I had to find another way of being able to do it, and with his knowledge and my experience and stuff, that's why I've got these names here ready to go, and the plates all over there.
Nice.
Did you open the envelope, Gil?
No, I haven't yet. Actually, I forgot about it and all that mess. So I got more. Sorry.
That's the important bit.
Yes, I suppose it is. You're absolutely right. So you don't mind me showing it off, do you?
Well, why? Why not?
Okay. Well, this is what I received there from them. Stickers inside. Hi, Gil Skills. I really do hope you like it. Dusty and Snobby. Awesome. Let's take a peeky inside here.
Please don't go for the little tweezers to get my sticker out, will you?
I wouldn't do that to you, man.
Everyone else does.
Look at that, guys.
Hey,
wow, nice.
Dusty Blonde. I love it. And Snobby Scrap Picker.
Yeah.
I love the stickers of mine because I was able to make that plate look like an American license plate with the picture on the left and the year and month tags on the right. So I thought the small stickers were awesome for that.
The only thing is I don't think I'm going to be able to put these stickers on that sign like I originally
Yeah,
wanted.
you don't have as much room.
Well, because he did me a huge favor. He got all those because he was concerned he wasn't going to be able to get all these on there.
Right.
But he did. So I want to make a plaque or something for all my stickers so you guys can see it whenever I go live.
Yeah, you need a front and a back, and then when they pull you over, you can just claim diplomatic immunity.
That was a heck of a conversation, was it not? I got a blank postcard.
Was that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was yesterday's conversation. Is that what you're talking about?
Sty? Is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about you, Gil, when you said it.
Oh, yes, me, I was alluding to that because I thought Sty might have been alluding to it, but maybe not.
Oh, I wasn't in that conversation.
All right, I got to put all this together.
Snobby had talked about somebody that has left the UK and came back to the US and is claiming diplomatic immunity on a traffic accident, and so it turned into a whole conversation on Coffee Chat.
Oh, wow.
Brother. Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
Oh, she's making up for the robe.
Cheers.
Hey, I'll do you one better. I'll even put on my Coca-Cola uniform shirt.
You know what scares me is how readily available that was for you.
Oh, nice, maniac.
You know, if I were to dig into my closet deep enough, I could find my old Coca-Cola uniform because I worked for him too.
I did not work for him. I bought this at Walmart for $15 last year.
Really?
Yeah. They had
Nice.
it, and I bought it, and I've worn it once since I got it. It's just been sitting over there.
Interesting.
Just I like Coke things, so.
I got a closet full of Dollar Tree shirts. Anybody want
They got there's a guy down the road that has a big Coca-Cola sign hanging on the end of his garage, and it's from the 1950s, and he just won't part with it.
Oh, you know what Gil like? I think it's out in the hall. More Pepsi.
You should make sure that he puts you in his will.
He will probably part with that about as quick as that other guy does his Mustang.
Hey, I'm proud of you for even trying.
I know, but now I just want to sit there and cry. It's been sitting out back, and he even said, he goes, it's just going to sit there and rot. He said, I gave it to my son. He said, and it's just going to sit there and rot. And I said, well, I'll come back next year. And he said, you do that. He goes, but if it ever does get sold, he said, I'm not letting the engine and transmission go with it. So maybe there's hope.
Well, there.
The more rotted it gets, the cheaper I can get it for, correct?
But the more work you got to do to restore it.
I don't mind that, though. Because I know that I can do a whole playlist that will last me for 5 years on restoring that.
That's true. A whole new playlist on YouTube.
A whole new playlist that I know people would be interested in and watch, too.
Oh, heck yeah. Auto repair, auto restoration videos, they are hot.
Yeah.
Yep.
As long as they're done competently, let's just say that.
Correct. And luckily, I got a cousin that lives here in Maine that is actually known across the country. People send their old cars for him to build, and so I wouldn't have any problem on learning tricks and trade on. But he rebuilds really old cars. People send up like old 32 Fords and stuff like that for him to totally rebuild.
Wow.
And stuff. So.
Well, I just want to let Freeman James a little update there regarding the incident that happened in the UK where the lady hit and killed a young fella.
Yeah.
They have made contact with the family in the UK.
Have they?
Yes, they have. But what and where and What's going to come of it, I don't know.
Well, you said it wasn't the actual ambassador; it was the ambassador's wife, correct?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And I don't think that person should be able to claim diplomatic immunity.
Well, I don't know.
That's just my feelings. But then, you know,
honestly, I don't know. There's certain things that diplomatic immunity should cover. I don't think this is one of them. I think it's a simple matter of what's right to do, even if like the congressman himself or whoever decide, that happened to them instead of the wife. I think it's just a matter of doing what's right and not just claiming diplomatic immunity.
Yeah.
Diplomatic immunity, in my eyes, should be saved for things like drunkard intoxication and simple things like that. Any larger crime, they should be held accountable for. I'm sorry, they should. Whether they're a diplomat or not, they are still a person. I would be held accountable for it. So shouldn't they? Just because they're in the government doesn't mean that they should have to be able to get away with it. So
we all have to face our responsibilities. If we do something, you do the responsibility for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Gil, can you stop looking at the time?
But I'm pretty.
No, I wasn't looking at my time.
Sorry, I was trying to say something.
No, my wife was trying to put a sheet back on the couch, a clean sheet on the couch, like a couch cover, and the dog was laying on the covers, and she's like, "Get down, get down," and the dog's just sitting there looking at her, going, "No, that ain't happening." I'm like, "Get down."
Some other day.
What are you trying to say, Sty? I can't hear you.
I was just going to say on the diplomatic immunity issue, I have always taken the position that, all right, in this incident where his wife struck somebody and then they fled back and they're claiming diplomatic immunity, it's always been my position that at a minimum, they should be held responsible under the laws of their home country. Now, if that would have happened in the U.S. to them and they didn't have a diplomatic immunity, just think what the charges would be. And that's what those charges should be.
Mm-hmm.
If they're diplomatic individuals, fine. But if they commit a crime abroad, then they should be sentenced and punished in their home country for that crime, as if they committed it at home. Because what do we hear all the time? You're a U.S. citizen, whether you're here or there.
Yeah.
Okay, it should be under those laws, no matter where you are in the world. You break a law that we have a punishment for, and you're claiming diplomatic immunity, guess what? That brings you right into our courts then, and we'll deal with the punishment.
It does, but it doesn't. See, that's the problem. There's a lot. I mean, every country has their own laws, and usually they're fairly similar, right?
Right.
But the UK might have different laws or different procedures or protocols to handle these sort of such situations as the US does.
Mm-hmm.
So by bringing them back to the U.S. and giving them their free fair trial here may not necessarily be the justice that country is looking for. You know what I mean? It may be protected.
That's why I'm saying if they're going to play the immunity card, then as the fallback on that is the home country needs to bring its charges against that individual, because they're not going to get charged, period. They're off scot-free from the other country's laws. That should not make them scot-free under our laws. If that other country is allowed to go ahead and sentence them and put them through their process and give them the final sentence, fine, then we leave it alone. But if they're claiming that diplomatic immunity, it shouldn't excuse them.
No, I completely agree. I mean, if the UK were to get to, like, there's got to be some sort of process where if that were to happen and the UK kept pressing on it, they'd have some sort of trial where they would agree or disagree as far as the validity of whether or not they should be punished, either in the UK or the US.
Yeah.
Some sort of delegate or what have you, representative for the UK would be involved, a representative from the US would be involved, and then an impartial party or judge would be involved, and then the cases, you know what I mean? Like some. I think that would be the only fair way to do it. You know what I mean?
It's the same way that you know, and there's already international precedents for maritime admiralty court systems where you've got 2-3 different nations involved in the hearing, and it's not one judge, it's several judges that represent different interests internationally. And I agree with you. You know, you bring them all together in that kind of case, and you make sure that the country that was impacted is properly represented. Yeah.
There's a comment.
I mean, the laws are one thing. That's like that's one side of it for me. The other side is the moral implications of just fleeing. I mean, they didn't flee the scene per se, but they fled the country.
Right.
They tried to hide under their own shadow of their own country.
Right.
That's kind of the way I'm looking at that.
Yeah.
So there's that moral implication at the same time. Exactly. And I think at this point, you know, days had gone by, you know, they felt obligated to reach out to the family when they should have done that while they were there in the first place.
Well, there's a comment in the chat right now, right, which explains it a little bit more than what I actually know, and it's Andy Kay's comment. Saying that she don't have any immunity other than the fact she works for the US intelligence services. That is not any form of diplomat. It's a frigging spy.
Right. For them to make that claim,
Well,
because she was not here for diplomatic reasons.
Then, in other words, she should be able to be brought back anyways, because I know for a fact that we have an extradition treaty with the UK. So.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's not a crime. There's been no crime committed. It's a road traffic accident, which we call an RTA.
Yeah.
Right? So it's an accident, right? But over the last few years, they're trying to get away through the insurances more than anything else that it's not an accident. Yeah, there is somebody to blame. You know, because there's no such thing as an accident apparently. That's involved in insurance.
You can still be charged here in the U.S. with something called involuntary manslaughter.
I was just going to say that over here it would be involuntary manslaughter.
Well, a guy here says, Freeman James says, a vehicular homicide, right, where somebody has been killed in a road traffic accident. You know, there will be some form of charge and punishment for that.
Right.
Snobby, wouldn't that be death by dangerous driving? If someone's...
Could be, yes. Although she's in a different country driving on the wrong side of the road, you're absolutely right. It could be death by dangerous driving because we're in the UK, not the USA.
Right.
So if we go to the USA, we have to abide by their rules on the road.
Yeah.
And the same if anybody from around the world comes to the UK, we have our road laws.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be an interesting outcome.
Check this out, guys. Both man and wife worked on the RAF USAF base. The woman lied to the police. Hubby did same. Police left their home because they told the police they have diplomatic immunity.
Yep.
So yeah, they could be extradited back then.
Yeah, I mean that sort of shows you how relaxed the law is in the UK in general. Yeah, it really is. It's not like the US. I mean, in the US, you're dragged out of the car, you're put on the floor, on your belly, arms up, and everything. Yeah, you're going to get a taser gun. They're going to get everything. But over here, we'll be like, well, you know, let's have a chat about it, you know, and see if we can work this out.
Now, you know, there may not be a crime at all. You know what I'm saying? Like in other words, that actually hinges primarily on the family, whether or not they push for that or not.
Wow.
Right.
Because obviously there was no intent. There was no intent. It was still involuntary manslaughter. But if that were to come to pass and they be actually charged for that, that's actually in the family's hands to do so.
Yeah, becomes a civil matter. And I know over here that
want to push it.
Am I on point with that, Stein?
I think so. I think you really are, because like over here, you see it all the time. There's civil suits for lack of prosecution. So
Jason?
we had an individual close to where I live who hit somebody and killed them with his car, and the district attorney decided to drop any kind of criminal charges, and they gave him a citation for reckless driving. The family filed a failure of prosecution suit against the individual for involuntary manslaughter. On the civil side, they won $1.8 million lawsuit. And that individual, I watched him in that courtroom when the judge asked him if he had anything to say after the sentence was passed that he just lost. It's going to cost him $1.8 million. If he had anything to say, and he said, "I wish they would have prosecuted me criminally and sent me to jail." He said, because he says, now the rest of my life I'm going to be paying this down, And so there was
over here in the U.S. it's different too. You can get into an accident, and if you're found to do something wrong, it is either involuntary. It's usually involuntary manslaughter. If you were drinking and driving and you kill somebody, you can then be charged with vehicular manslaughter, which is actually a bigger sentence than involuntary manslaughter.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Here it was not. They actually call if you're intoxicated, and that's why there was such a successful civil suit, because here it's considered vehicular homicide.
Yep.
If you kill somebody while you're intoxicated.
Yep.
So it's actually considered murder. The max is 15 years. It's not 25 to life or anything like that, but it's 15 years, and you're going to serve 9 of it.
I'm a tough one on that anyways. I think your first offense for drunk driving should be loss of your license for 5 years and 1 year imprisonment. No getting out.
I want to see where they can permanently pull driver's licenses. I've sat in the courtroom right here, which is only 6 blocks from where I live. I'll go and I'll sit and listen to cases just for something to do. I watched one. The guy was in there for his 13th DUI. 13 times they pulled him over for drunk driving, and boy, did that judge chew him up one side and down the other. He told him, he says, "I've been petitioning our state government for permanent license bans on anybody that has had 3 on your 3rd DUI. The rest of your life, you cannot get a driver's license.
3rd DUI, you should be in prison for the rest of your life, and you ain't gonna have to worry about driving anyways." So
and you know what this guy's attorney said to the judge? He says, "Your Honor, if you took his license away for the rest of his life, then you'd end up with drunk driving without a license in front of your court."
But that's why we have Tina's law here in Maine.
It's ridiculous.
We had a guy that kept driving after suspension and driving after suspension and driving after suspension, and he was on his. Do you know what I'm talking about, Gil?
No, not specifically.
He was on his 17th time of operating after suspension, and he hit a young girl on the interstate and killed her. And this guy drove a tractor and trailer for the living. And Maine came up with Tina's law, where after so many times they take your license for life. You cannot.
Well, wait a minute now. I'm gonna kind of take you back a little bit. So this guy had a CDL, and
how the heck did he get a CDL?
How did his CDL not get removed? Because there's this is zero tolerance on that shit.
Oh, absolutely. My boy drives over the road. He's been doing it for 16 years, and I mean, if he farts wrong, they'll pull his CDL.
It's true.
It is true. It's true. He's been suspended once.
I'll do more research into it, but it's called Tina's law. That's about all I know.
Yeah, they would have if they lived. I mean, honestly, from what I understand, if anybody has a DWI and they have a CDL license, they yank the CDL endorsement.
This wasn't for
It was for suspension.
Force.
Not for DUI. It was just or DWI. It was because he was suspended license, but still CDL. They'll pull you. They'll still pull you. See, in Wisconsin, the state actually got in trouble. There was a federal actual lawsuit brought against the state because the state tried to supersede the federal standard on CDL requirements by saying we can give you a conditional license. In other words, a work license. You can drive for your employment, but you cannot drive a private vehicle. And they let that apply to CDLs. And the feds came in and said, oh, what the heck, you can't do it. They said you're not allowed because your CDL has federal standards that have to be met.
Exactly.
So they can't leave and what they did was they said, okay, Wisconsin, if you're going to do that, then you have to have like a provisional license that allows them to drive within the boundaries of Wisconsin, but they can't drive on an interstate highway. If we catch them on the interstate highway, we're going to pull your federal highway funds. So yeah.
Talking of driving licenses, it's a passionate subject. Like driving licenses, I don't know if Snobby knows this, being in the UK as well, but people like me who have medical conditions like autism, we're no longer allowed driving licenses. I went to renew my provisional driving license the other day, and I was told by the local driving authority that I was no longer allowed a provisional license due to being a risk on the road to other service users. And I was like, I've never actually driven anyone, I wouldn't, but I have it as a form of ID in case I need it.
Right.
And that's the reason why I applied for it, because I need it as a form of ID.
That's a completely different ball of wax, though. I mean, I don't necessarily agree with that. I mean, it should be based on your tenure, how long have you had your license, what kind of record you had while you've had your license.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be based on whether or not you have like autism.
No,
not at all.
Yeah, the UK now punishes people like me, and they basically said that I don't have the capacity to make judgments properly, and therefore they've took away my provisional license.
Anybody want any?
So what I did was I misspoke. Now I just read it. He wasn't driving on a suspended license. His license had been previously suspended.
Right on.
His license had previously been suspended 20 times. So his license had been reinstated, but he had it suspended 20 times. And then he got into an accident, and that's what his law is all about. It was in 2006, I believe it's 2005. Scarborough resident Tina Turcotte was killed in a motor vehicle accident when driver Scott Hewitt, whose driver's license had been suspended over 20 times. In April, they enacted the legislature called Tina's law.
See, that's the government's fault as far as I'm concerned. Of course, it's the person that did it as well, but for crying out loud, man, would you say 12 times?
It says over 20 times.
20 times.
That's nuts. That's nuts.
So, on that note, guys, I'm going to duck away and go and find my ibuprofen and paracetamol. And
Snobby, thank you so much for being here.
Hey, Snobby.
And thank you for the awesome sign, man.
No worries. Maniac, Gil, Gemma, Sky North. Nice to be on
Snobby, take care, buddy.
Yeah, bye, guys.
Have a wonderful evening, sir.
And, thank you for letting me up, Gil.
Anytime. You're always welcome.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.
So and CDL laws, they're tight, but I know a friend of mine had been caught driving without a license so many times as a teenager that the state of Maine said he could never get a license. But he went to New Hampshire, got a license, got his CDL, and he just wasn't allowed to drive in Maine. And that's I know for a fact, because it was 5 years after he had a CDL that he petitioned the state of Maine, and they finally let him drive because he had a lot of loads that needed to come up to Maine, and he couldn't do them.
And it would depend. It would depend on why Maine refused him his license, whether or not it would apply to the CDL standards.
Because
I had. I'm going to admit something that is just. Don't anybody go out there and do this. When I drove over the road truck, I had a Wisconsin driver's license and CDL. On a road trip, I stopped in Delaware, took the road exam with my truck, got my driver's license and my CDL again in the state of Delaware. All it took was getting a P.O. box there. So I carried both. And why? Because if I got stopped, I showed them my Delaware driver's license, my CDL from Delaware, and there's no points against your state license. I wouldn't lose my license for these stops. So I could speed, I could be overweight, I could all kinds of things. And the state of Delaware didn't dock any points. State of Wisconsin, I got docked points every time I got stopped. 2-3 stops would be enough that they'd suspend your license on you. Now
Wow.
CDL says you don't have a CDL anymore. Your state pulled your license because the CDL was attached to your state license. So I kept the Delaware license because I could never lose it unless I killed somebody or got a bunch of DUIs.
What had happened was, I can't remember how many times he got stopped, but he got stopped so many times when he was a teenager as with driving without a license.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't even, he just didn't have a license. And I don't remember how many times he got stopped, but the state of Maine finally said, you can't get a license in the state of Maine.
Uh-huh.
So he moved out to, it was either New Hampshire or Massachusetts, got his license, then got his CDL, and couldn't drive in the state of Maine until it was like a year or so after he got his CDL that he petitioned the state of Maine. And then they allowed him to drive in the state again. So
when I moved to Montana, it was sweet. I just walked into the county courthouse, dropped my Wisconsin driver's license on the counter, and they said, "Oh, stand over here." And they took the picture, and about 5 minutes later, I walked out the door with my new Montana driver's license.
My father told me that back when he used to drive truck, it was before CDL. You had the Class 1, Class 2, and Class 3 licenses. He went for his Class 1, and he literally took his Class 1 license in a wrecker with a car being towed behind it. And that's how he got his Class 1, which automatically gave him his Class 2, his Class 3, and they said, "You want a motorcycle endorsement?" And he said, "Okay."
Yeah, they'll give it to you.
Wow.
Those
were the days.
Somewhere in my old paperwork here somewhere, I've got my father's driver's license at his renewal, his driver's license renewal, and a copy of my grandfather's original first driver's license in 1932.
Ooh.
Both of them were issued by the post office. All they did was go to the post office. You had to go to your local post office because that's your proof of residency. And my grandfather, it peed him off, I guess, his whole life that they made him pay for that. It cost him $2 to get his driver's license in 1932, and it was good until 1951. And it cost him $2, and he had a fit over it. Why should I have to pay them? They should just give me that piece of paper, And so, yeah, boy, things have really changed. And my dad I grew up in a police family. He was a local chief of police. And I can remember driver's licenses when I was a little kid. You got them and they were paper. They weren't plastic laminated. They're just a sheet of little business card type of piece of paper you stuck in your wallet. Yeah. And they had to count on no pictures,
When I was a teenager, there was a guy that lived in Dixmont that would talk all the time. And he never had a driver's license, and they would stop him and they would, cite him for it. And that fellow would go to court, and somehow constitutionally, it is against our constitution for the state to make us get driver's licenses. And he was in that case every single time that he went to court.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I went down that road with a group of people, and we actually exercised that for a while out in Montana, and that's our constitutional right to travel, because from the minute you're born, you have the right to be mobile, to move. You learn how to crawl, then you learn how to walk, then you learn how to run, then you learn how to drive a car. I mean, it's a God-given birthright to be mobile.
I don't know how he did it, but I know now they tell you, yeah, you have the right to be mobile, but you don't have the right to drive. It's a privilege.
Right. Now it's a privilege. And what was the reasoning in it? Take a look at when they started issuing driver's licenses. It's when they finally got taxation mastered. It was a think about the huge source of revenue it is. I sat in a courtroom and argued with a prosecutor, and the judge pulled me off to the side after the hearing, and he said, "Damn, I'm glad you're not an attorney." I got in there and I told him, I said, first of all, I said, you people can't give me a privilege in exchange for my right unless I accept it. If I say, okay, I'm willing to give up my right for the privilege, that's my fault. But I said, I'm saying no. I don't want to give up the right to be mobile. And the prosecutor said, you have to have a driver's license so that proves that the state has examined you and saw that you can competently drive a vehicle. And I told him, good. I'm glad you said this is right in a courtroom. I said, good. I'm glad you said that, because the next time I get in a car accident, run over somebody or their dog, sue the state. Don't sue me. They're the ones that said I was competent. The judge loved it. He loved it.
That's a good point.
You know, I've never heard it put out quite like that. He says, we are telling you people you're competent that have that privilege, but yet you go out there and you break all these laws, and who pays for it? You do. You're the ones that said that you're capable and competent to be out there driving.
They make so much money off us in the vehicles. You figure when we buy a car, we pay the sales tax.
You sell it, someone pays the sales tax.
Yeah, we go to register it, we have to pay an excise tax. I don't even know what the hell an excise tax is. I just pay it anyways.
To this day, me neither. I want to welcome David, the producer, though. It's good to see you.
Producer.
David, hey, buddy.
What's shaking there, bud?
Then they charge you to register it. Now, I think they ought to pay us to register the car, because the registration is so that they can know what the vehicles are and stuff out there. It's for them, so why am I paying something for something they want to keep track of?
Right.
We should get David up here.
Well,
taxes are a whole other conversation. Trust me. Oh gosh, I could dive into that.
We should get David up here.
That's the same as registrations and titles for vehicles is absolutely ludicrous. If I've got a bill of sale for that vehicle, there's my proof. It belongs to me. I own it. It's your job to prove I don't. I mean, why do I have to register it with you and then title it? They hold the title. You ever look at any state nationwide? If you look at their statutory laws, all titles to all vehicles belong to the originator, the state. So the title belongs to the state. They could take that away from you, just like they can take your registration away. Well, now, wait a minute. I got the original bill of sale, but they hold the title. They put my name on it, I have the right to use it and sell it, but they hold the title. It's their title. You're not getting an original. You're getting a copy of their title. What's the heading on the title? Your state, not you. It should have your name. It should say Sty North, titled with Wisconsin in small print. The other
yeah, taxes is like
with you.
Yeah, that is definitely a whole other realm of conversation.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. I own it. Prove I don't.
I want to take a few moments and welcome a few people that have come in since we've started talking about this topic. Looks like Everything Spicy is back. Scrapper D, welcome. Great to see you. Tina McKenzie, welcome. It is always good to see you.
Hey,
I've
Tina.
seen you around. Get Her Done Granny's also up in his house, as is the JLA member channel. Welcome with a thumbs up and a high five and a fist bump, it looks like. There you go. And I just hit my microphone. And there, it looks like we're caught up.
Tina and Allie were on Coffee Chat also this morning with me.
Nice. So they were up on panel with you?
Yep.
Nice. I'll tell you what, guys, for those of you that don't know Maniac Variety, please check out his channel. Say something in the chat so that people can click on the dots, bud. Check out his channel. Show him some love. It's a fairly new channel, and he's trying to grow just like anybody else on the YouTube platform. But he's got some great topics and conversations, and he has some great coffee discussions in the morning. He does behind the channel sometimes at night. And anything else that I've missed, Earl?
Just videos.
And uploads. He does uploads too.
I upload everything. David, the producer, he wasn't in there, but
Hey.
the other half was in the tail end of Behind the Channels the other night. She came in and said hi to us.
Welcome, Sterling Silver. Away!
Back to you. Yo, what's up, my man?
It is always good to see you, man. How's life treating you?
Oh, it's
Mary.
treated me. Hopefully all my life impairments that have been coming to my frustrating are out of my picture for a little while. So I've overcome all my frustration and it's all been taken care of. And so I'm tired of spending hundreds of dollars on that. So other than that, just keeping my way through life.
You're not the only one that's in that boat as far as automotive goes. R5 Adventures has just been, she's just been having a real hard time lately.
I've noticed that with a lot of YouTubers, to be honest. And I've noticed some YouTubers out there that have disappeared, and it's probably the same story. So I don't blame them.
Were you going to say something, Earl?
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to ask Crystal about how in the hell do you cut your hand open changing the oil? They have a filter wrench, you know.
Well, she showed me. Well, here, hold on a second. I'll show you why.
Oh, I was just going to give her a hard time.
Yeah, well, I'll show you a hard time. I'll show you why. I got to share my screen here. Hold on.
I've actually done it. I didn't have a filter wrench, so I just took a long screwdriver and poked it through the filter.
That's why.
Oh,
wow.
Oh,
damn.
Yeah, she tried like the dickens to get that off, but it's been on there so long that it was basically pretty much welded on there with the rust seal. So she tried her best to get it off. She tore the filter all to hell. And of course, you know, that's a breeding ground for cutting your hand. So she did. Yeah. Not that it's funny, but that throws a lot of context into that.
Yeah, it does. And it's looking like she did exactly that. She probably couldn't get it with the filter wrench. And so she probably poked a screwdriver through it to be able to get more torque on it, because I've done that a lot too.
Yeah.
And when she did that, it probably ripped on her.
Yep. Yeah, that's the way it looks for me. And then she called the tow truck. She was going to have it sent right back to her mechanic shop. And then the tow truck driver gave it a go, and he actually was able to get it off. So
I can tell her next time that happens, right up against the crankcase, just take yourself a little dull coal chisel and go right up against the crankcase and tap it, because the metal's a lot thicker there, and it will indent it and create a little lip for you to be able to push on with a coal chisel.
Yep. No, I completely agree.
So,
but yeah, that just is nasty looking.
Yeah. Actually prepping to record a vid on our live setup, but thanks for thinking of me.
You're always welcome, David, though. I mean, if you ever want to come up here, you know, just ask for a link or just scroll up and look for the link I've already put in.
So, Gamma, Maniac, Steinor, what's good?
Yeah, what's shaking, ladies and gentlemen?
Yes, Sterling Silver's my Twitter buddy. He retweets a lot of my stuff.
I do?
Yeah, I've seen you a couple of times on my Twitter feed. One that you retweeted something a couple of days ago. I saw that you tweeted something that I put up.
Yeah, well, a lot of people do that, to be honest, but I don't retweet a whole lot of your stuff, but of course.
Well, when I noticed it, I'll give you credit for it, which is why I noticed it a couple of days ago that your name was in my feed.
Well,
thank you,
sharing is caring, so that's the key word there.
Yeah.
So by the way, Maniac, is it Earl or Errol how you say your name?
Errol.
Okay.
Errol.
I mean, I've heard Gil call you Earl, so
that was totally my bad.
People call me
E-Waste's cat.
People call me Daryl. People call me Earl. People
Just don't call him late for dinner,
Errol.
please, for the love of God. You don't want to see what happens.
No, I don't think either.
As for me, I get the whole common mistake, and this is one of the very hilarious mistakes people call me. Spencer, who's my brother's name. Even if they don't even know my brother, they have the tendency to call me Spencer. But I also get Steven or Stuart.
Wow.
Yeah.
When I first came onto YouTube, a lot of people called me Gemma instead of Gemma, and I'm like, no, it's Gemma. And the amount of times I had to sound it out, and I still get people call me Gemma. I'm like,
Yeah.
Because at first, when I first started to get to know you, when I first started seeing you in chats and people talking to you, I was getting that too. And I looked at it, and some people would get it right away that it's Gemma, not Gemma.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. When I first met you, Gil, I first called you Jill, but then eventually I found out it was Gil.
Welcome,
my bad.
Welcome to ATVs in our life. It is great to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by.
There's Tina's other half. Hello, Allie.
So,
Allie Mac.
Tina.
Good to see you, Allie.
And yeah, I did this. I promised my wife I was going to help her with something. So when I'm done this, I'm going to get off.
The famous last cigarette.
Man. Yeah, so I'm going to go help her. Today's
Maniac, have you always been a smoker, or like have you ever drunk, or smoking always been your thing?
I have been smoking mostly since I was 14 years old.
Yeah, obviously there are some pros about smoking, but obviously cons too. But I know there's some.
No, there's not. There's not any pros about smoking whatsoever. None. And even though I'm
unless you're talking about marijuana, now there's a difference there. But that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah,
that's a whole other conversation. I'm subliminally feeding Maniac Variety some topics to talk about.
And to ATVs and our life, welcome.
That marijuana makes me throw up, but smoking, no, I will say, and I had this conversation with my wife because she's still at me about smoking, even though I am on the Shantac, so I'm trying to quit. Smoking was 100% the only reason I had a heart attack and triple bypass surgery was from cigarettes. Arteries were not clogged. They were shrunk right up from the cigarettes. They weren't clogged, they were shrunk.
Yeah.
Because I have my cholesterol and everything. And so it was 100% due to smoking. And no, nobody can ever tell me the only thing this is good for is if you're a smoker to relieve some stress.
Yeah, that's what and I was going to say, doesn't that release stress? So isn't that kind of a pro?
It's a creature comfort is what it is, because you're so used to having it on a regular basis. You're so used to having that nicotine. It's a go-to. You know what I mean?
I would never smoke. My dad.
It's like you auto crave it. The more stressed you get, the more you crave it.
Well, the thing is, after you've been smoking long enough, it doesn't even cure stress, really.
Yeah.
And by the way, once Maniac is done with his last cigarette, that's when I'm going to end my stream as well, because I've got to get a few things done before tonight's live stream, Creature Double Feature with R5.
Yeah. Yeah, something I like to consider the opposite of smoking, and I don't know if it really is or not, but I drink. And so it obviously relieves stress, but it's not a bad habit that I do. I just do it like once a weekend, but sometimes I do it twice a week too. So I go for natural or Bud Light or Budweiser.
Let's all show off our alcohol.
Well,
so pretty.
What kind of what is that, Maniac?
This is
both of them.
That is
Drambuie.
Drambuie is a honey infused Scotch.
Only popular in Maine?
No, it's popular everywhere, I guess. But this is Jim Beam's Double Oak, double barreled, which I was told by somebody the other night that it's no good. I absolutely trust her opinion, and for right at the moment, Juliet Miranda told me it's not the best, and I trust her opinion, so I haven't opened it yet.
Yeah. I know this.
So
much
you're going to
about-
open it and confirm that eventually, or are you just going to let it collect dust?
Well, I won't open this until this one's gone.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But I have been thinking about, which is something I probably ought to text you about, was I was considering for your anniversary coming up to see you next Thursday night.
That'd be freaking amazing, dude.
Be awesome.
You want to be a part of the live stream? That'd be awesome.
That's what I was thinking, and I just bring this right along with me.
Yeah.
I'll try it, but the facial expressions and whatnot, and the possible expletives, I really don't care for bourbon.
Oh, really? See, that's about all I drink is bourbon. So.
Speaking of which, the very first video I done when I got back from my so-called YouTube vacation was a parody of Bill Cosby's stand-up routine on getting drunk and having a good time. It's from Bill Cosby himself. You guys ever seen that movie?
Which one?
Bill Cosby himself.
Oh, yes. Yep. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
VHS.
Yep. Nope. Never seen it.
Well, I love that guy, even though he's done a lot of bad stuff recently, but he's a funny comedian.
But yeah.
Well, some of it wasn't recent. It was only the knowledge of what he did was discovered recently.
I mean,
Right.
yeah, but
Right.
But
let's be clear on that.
Yeah.
If you want this week, I'll get in touch with you, and you can text me your actual address so I can find my way there. And
Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah. I live on the most delicious road in the universe.
I probably could find it because I know the name of the road.
Just follow the smell of bacon. You'll find my place.
I know the name of the road. I know the town you live in, so I'm sure I found it. But
It's all good, man. I'll send it to you. No problem.
That's how I'll know how to find you there, Gil, when I make my North Atlantic trip next summer.
Sweet.
Follow the bacon. I'm going to be taking that trip from northern Wisconsin, going through the UP of Michigan, crossing at Sault Ste. Marie.
Yeah.
And cutting all the way through Canada. I got to stop in Quebec and Ontario, and then I'm going to drop down into Maine.
Are you stopping by, dude?
I'm coming down through Maine. And yeah, you bet your butt I'll be stopping.
if he's going in
Freaking A!
If he's going into Quebec, he's probably coming down 202 and 201. He'll be closer to me than you. But.
I'll drive a little bit if I have to. I don't care.
Well, I'll be coming to the States, as people know. I'll be over next year.
I'll come right to your door.
We live in Maine.
I'm going to come down, meet a few of you folks in Maine, and then I'm going to be cutting across northern, upstate New York. I'm going to jump down, go through PA. I got a couple of guys to meet in Pennsylvania, and then one in Ohio. Then I'll be heading back home.
Are you going to swing through Montreal and visit Pusha as well?
I'm going to try to work that one out. I'm
sure.
I mean, I'm
love
in the
to
neck
see
of
you.
the woods. Why wouldn't I try to work that out? I want to go to that same sandwich place you went with them.
No.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be coming through Maine, you want Gil to take you to Big G's.
Yeah. Well, we could all meet and just go there together. You know what I mean?
That would be awesome.
We'll do like a triple collab there.
But as Gil knows, I'll be hitting the States myself next year in June.
Yeah.
First 2 weeks of June until first 2 weeks of July. I'll be over there with my dad for a holiday.
That's going to be so much fun.
Speaking of,
it's come to my interest to calculate the distance from Texas to Maine, and I'm looking up the driving trip. So apparently, it takes 30 hours to drive here from where I am to Texas to Maine. So that's like a day and a quarter.
And
that's straight through. Yeah.
Yeah. For someone like you, if you're planning on being coming up to visit just me, for example, or maybe a few others in the area, like Maniac or Moose Scrapper or whatever, you're probably better off to fly up. That way, you know what I mean. You could fly up for a weekend. We could drive you around, no problem at all.
If you're going to stay just in a small region, fly up, rent a car, and
I mean, heck, I'd loan you my couch. I mean, you could stay here, save yourself some money from a hotel. And
That's if Sky will get down.
What?
That's if Sky will care.
Some crappy
Yes,
souvenirs.
if Sky gives it up, that's right. It's
Well,
contingent on that.
okay, fine.
But speaking of meets up, Hot Mess Missy was wondering when, because she wants to come up to Maine next spring too, and she was wondering when R5 was going to be coming, and maybe she could manage to come up the same time so we could all meet.
Have Hot Mess Missy be in tonight's live stream, Creature Double Feature, and we'll talk about that. Or she can reach out to her privately too. We haven't really, we know it's going to happen. We just haven't figured out when yet.
Yeah, that's what I told her. I didn't know if it was going to be spring or summer or when it was.
I mean, it's going to be spring-ish, but we haven't narrowed it down to a specific week or weekend or however long they're going to stay. But
yeah, for me, it's going to be midsummer. It's going to be midsummer. My trip to see all you guys, I'll be taking just my truck. I got the pop-up tent in the back, so it's just taking the truck, not pulling the adventure trailer with me. But then when I get home after, I figure I'll probably be out for a full month on that trip. And then
wow,
when I get home, I got to make a final decision. I'm thinking of liquidating things I have, put everything in a storage unit, taking the adventure trailer, hooking up, and I'm going to live following the weather.
You're going to become a nomad, buddy?
Yep, I'm going to become a nomad.
That's awesome.
Yep. Yeah. Well, I'm looking right now for all the possible mobile internet possibilities for my adventure trailer so I can stream.
Welcome, Container Man 68, and welcome the Story Dory. Great to see you guys.
Thomas!
I spent 9 years
Container Man, hey.
traveling around meeting people from another website I used to belong to. I spent 9 weeks traveling around alone on my motorcycle with nothing but a tent that I didn't even use half the time.
Yeah.
I would just stop beside the road, throw my sleeping bag down, go to sleep, get up in the morning, find out.
Under the stars.
Yep.
That's awesome, man.
My cigarette's done, so I'm gonna head out, go up.
Well, let's head out together then, because like I said, I got some stuff I got to do. I want to thank all of you guys in the chat for hanging out with us on this impromptu, and sorry about the slobby eating.
I wasn't here to see that, so you're.
That's why I turned off my camera when I was eating.
Yeah,
by the way, I said 30 hours, not 3 hours. No, there's no way in hell it would take 3 hours to go from Texas to Maine.
Well, unless you flew.
Yeah. If I flew, yes, then it would make sense.
Yeah. Which I would recommend.
You could dream that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I mean, 30 hours. That's going to take you probably. It's probably going to take you just about a week in travel time back and forth alone.
Yeah, if you're doing it alone, 10 hours of driving per day.
It's going to sap the energy right out of you. And
but it's not like I really have any intention on doing that, like especially anytime soon, because I can't afford a vacation like that.
Yeah.
Either if I afford a vacation, my wife and I are going to Costa Rica. So.
Oh, fancy.
Well, just know that you're always welcome, Sterling. As is Maniac. Geez, you gave me something. Both of you, Sty and Maniac, both just gave me something to look forward to. Maniac's going to possibly be coming up on the anniversary stream on the original channel, and Sty's going to be in the neighborhood this summer.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to have to take up room on your panel.
Yeah, well, I'm sure
right?
have great souvenirs for me.
So.
What's that, buddy?
I'm sure you two would have great absolute souvenirs for me. If I didn't have a YouTube pillow, I mean, if you got an extra one, Maniac,
I can send home with a circuit board.
Yeah. As for you, Gil, you'd have some great scrapping souvenirs.
Yeah, I'd hook you up with a bar of brass or something.
I can't start with a green board, but I could give you one of these white boards to take home with you.
Oh, yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again, everybody on the panel. It's always a pleasure.
Thanks, Gil.
I look forward to seeing you all tonight during Creature Double Feature, okay? 7 p.m. Eastern.
Bye. You doing your channel first, or?
We need to figure that out. I think she went
Thank you for having me,
first
brother.
last time, so I'll probably go first this time.
Okay.
See you next time.
Thank you for having me.
Get up there.
Anytime, guys. Much love to you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.